What's up, guys? Welcome to Hive Mind number 11. Before we get started, I just want to do a quick reminder that I am doing a Paragon event this weekend, and if you have any questions about Paragon, the MOBA, I talked about this in the last podcast. This is just kind of a reminder to just, if you have any last-minute questions, or if you haven't asked them, just let me know in the comments, because that's where I'm going to be heading this weekend. So, I'm looking forward to that. Never done anything like it before. And, yeah, should be pretty damn fun. You got anything interesting going on this week in real life, Dante?
Nope.
Nothing at all? No updates on the whole banking thing?
Nope. I'm powerless, and I can't do anything about it, so nope, nothing really going on. Just trying to make sure I feed myself.
That's always good. Any like video stuff you got going, or
can't work on videos when I'm trying to feed myself. So nope, nothing exciting.
All right. Well, let's get into the first topic. Meme talk. We actually have some legitimate meme talk this weekend. So, the socially awkward penguin meme, are you familiar? It's like the penguin with the blue background.
Yeah.
That the people use to describe awkward situations.
Yep.
Well, it is currently being attacked for copyright reasons by National Geographic and Getty Images. Getty Images, they're like a big image distributor. Pretty much if you see like a picture of a celebrity or anything like popular, it's probably through Getty Images. So anyway, they are going after blogs and other websites that are monetizing the use of this socially awkward penguin meme. And I thought it was pretty interesting. I can kind of see like both sides of this. Like, it is kind of ridiculous that they're going after a blog for using a meme and like making a small amount of ad money off of it. But some of these people are just like plastering the meme on t-shirts and trying to sell it. And I guess if somebody was using my shit, like if somebody was using like the Zyback logo and putting it on shirts and trying to sell it, it kind of pissed me off too, because it is their image. But I'm curious if you had a thought on that.
What does Getty Images own when it comes to this meme?
They own the picture of the penguin.
Then get a different fucking picture of any penguin on the planet and then start doing that. Simple. You've solved the problem. Also, how greedy and fucking...
Wait, are you saying that the meme people should use just a different penguin?
If you want to use it, I've seen the image of the penguin. You can just use a different image of a different penguin.
Yeah, I mean, that would solve it, but I think it potentially ruins the recognizability of that particular meme if you use a different penguin.
No, it doesn't. It does not do that at all.
It does it a little bit.
It's totally fine. You can change any fucking meme slightly in any way, and it'll still be the same. Like, you can change troll face just a little, and it's still troll face. You know, who the fuck's the guy gonna come out of the woodwork going, "Haha, troll face, I own that"? Like, what? Or like if Ernest was still alive. It's like if Ernest was still alive, and he's like, "That's my face. You can't do that. That's me. Give me money." Too bad he's dead. But I mean, if somebody made... I was like, Obama can go after, like, people, you know what I mean? Because, like, he's a meme. It's like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? Jackie Chan doesn't go after people for using memes because there's a meme of him. So fuck off, Getty Images. Fuck you and your dumbass picture of a penguin. How vapid and lame are these people? Yeah. We need money for that. Fuck you. It's a meme. Get over it.
From my understanding, they aren't going after, like, individuals. They're just going after people attempting to monetize it, which...
Good luck. Everyone's monetizing it.
Yeah, I think it definitely it's definitely a circumstantial thing. If I was them,
if I post this image on MMO Champion, the MMO Champion's is making money off of it. Whoopsie doodle. Now what are you gonna do? Sue every fucking website?
Yeah,
good luck.
That's where I'm saying it needs to be a circumstantial thing. But for example, if some t-shirt company was selling t-shirts of the fucking meme of just this socially awkward penguin meme, then I could see them legitimately getting kind of pissed off, because they are directly taking your image and making money off of it, not through like ads and through other stuff. It's all of the whole reason people are buying that shirt is for that meme with your picture on it. Whereas with Reddit, people are on Reddit for other things, and the penguin meme just happens to be there. I just thought it was interesting that the running joke with this podcast is that it could have been called Meme Talk, and we actually do have some legitimate meme talk this week.
I mean, I'm already looking at fucking memes of this penguin where they've already changed the penguin. I mean, the one that says, try to ask for license fees for a famous meme. Person publishes it. Whole internet gets furious. Different fucking picture of a penguin.
I don't think anything's going to happen with this.
I can still recognize it, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
The meme is not going anywhere.
So that's meme talk for this week.
But I mean, like, when you think about it seriously, like, you have a shop where you can buy shirts, right, of your brand.
Yeah, I haven't fucked with that in a long time, no.
But last I looked, like, one of the brands that was on there was like a picture of Feral Druid, and it's like in rainbow colors. Or
it's
something.
Different enough to where it's not like Blizzard's.
See what I mean, though?
That's why I did that the way I did that.
But that's what I mean. It's the exact thing. Like, they own that. But you don't see Blizzard going like, "Well, we gotta take this guy down, man."
They would if it was similar enough. They absolutely would.
It's there's nothing different. Did you draw that? Did somebody?
No. So I'm not talented enough to fucking make that shit.
So how is it different
one of my
from
subscribers
a
made that.
So it's a screenshot in the game.
No, it's not. One of my subscribers drew it.
Okay. Well, see, there's the thing, but they still own it. You know what I mean? The property is still theirs.
No, it's very different.
The only point I'm making is that you can draw a picture of Mickey Mouse and try to sell it on a T-shirt. Disney will come after you because they own that property. I don't care how different it is or any of that shit. Blizzard can come after you, but they don't fucking do that because there's nothing to gain from doing it. People who are like, "Oh, we're gonna take this penguin," to Getty Image people, they're all just a bunch of assholes.
Well, what they're trying to do is just make money off licensing fees. They're not trying. They don't want to kill the meme. That's the last thing they want to do. They want the meme to be very successful. They just want to be able to cherry pick people that are making money off the meme to get licensing fees from them and extract money from people. That's what they want to do. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, and it's dumb, and it won't succeed, and it's a. I wouldn't
say it's dumb, but it is a little greedy, I think, in a lot of circumstances. Like the one that people are up in arms about is essentially these two girls had a blog dedicated to penguins, and they posted the penguin meme, and then Getty Images went after the blog hosting website, not the two girls themselves, but after the blog hosting website. Which, yeah, I think that's probably a little ridiculous. But in terms of going after people trying to merchandise it, yeah, I don't blame them.
Yeah, it's pretty silly. It really is. It's a little stupid.
Yep. I have a little bit of a different opinion on that, just because I make stuff and you make stuff, and I think within reason, it's okay to use other people's stuff. But I do kind of see where they're coming from. Anyway, that's meme talk for this week. Oh, by the way, guys, this is probably going to be a bit of a shorter show just because this hasn't been a full week. We're doing the podcast a little bit early this week because of my real-life Paragon event thing that I'm doing. So it could be shorter. We've said that before in the past, and they've all gone really long, so we'll see. Are you privy to the YouTube craziness going on right now with like people getting tons of community guideline strikes for like no reason?
I have not heard about this.
So it started off earlier this week with a guy named Eli the Computer Guy. He got a community guideline strike, not a copyright strike, but a community guideline strike. Basically, YouTube saying you broke the rules and we're taking your video down and giving you a strike on essentially a video that was 2.5 years old that there was nothing wrong with it. So he gets this strike, makes a huge fuss about it, blows up on Reddit, and then boom, the strike magically just disappears. He gets no answer or no sort of closure for why it disappeared. Essentially, the strike disappeared because he made a fuss about it, not because he appealed it. He tried to appeal it through YouTube. They denied him. So that's obviously bad. But then it goes on even further to where today One dude got like 25 of his videos all strike down, all of them within the same day, and some of them were unlisted. They weren't even public. They had never been public. They had no views, and they got hit with community guideline strikes. So there is some sort of, I think there's some sort of exploit going on with this right now on YouTube, to where people have found a way to just get videos removed. Because I have no idea how a video that's never been made public gets a community guideline strike. I mean, this guy had an entire video page full of them, and he's a prominent YouTuber.
Whether they're unlisted or not, they still go through the algorithm to be checked for copyright, music, images.
No, this is not copyright, though. That's the thing. It's community guideline strikes. Basically, like, if you...
So you're saying exclusively just people flagging the video?
Yes.
Well, that is strange.
It is that. That is very strange. If it was copyright, it would be one thing, because then it would, you know, the content ID system. But this is community guideline strikes. Basically, like, for like, if you uploaded porn, it would be like, that's the kind of strike you'd get. Not for using a Jay-Z song in your video. But it's dude, has YouTube ever fucked you over with some shit like this before?
Not me personally, but I've seen. There's been a back and forth with YouTube as it changes and evolves over the last decade, where people have said, like, well, now they did this, well, now this sucks, you know, like with the whole reply videos.
Oh, the reply girls?
Happening. The reply girls and whoever, but like that was a thing at the time, and the only reason that happened was because those people were taking advantage of something that had changed within the YouTube and the way the YouTube works. So nothing that has happened to me, but I've seen plenty of it. Like Angry Joe went through a boatload of shit like 2 years ago because Viacom was striking his videos. But I mean, he didn't get any help through YouTube, and it took him like 6 months to get like 18 videos fixed so that he can still have them monetized. So this is the nature of the beast as far as I'm concerned. It sucks, but I mean, like, YouTube should really do more for creators. And they don't do shit. I mean, they do shit for people who are very big, who make YouTube look like a credible entertainment resource.
For Vivo channels.
Right, for like, no, basically, like, you know, not to like, and I'm not like name dropping because I hate these people or anything, but people like Markiplier and and like Toby Turner or whoever, they don't mind, you know, marching them in front of like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, like big money advertising, and go, look, this is the kind of advertising, or this is the kind of content that's on our network, on our website, and we helped them become this. So you're going to see more people like this that you can place ads on, which is not true at all. They tell this to big advertising, but nobody fucking helped Markiplier. Markiplier just was very disciplined, and eventually enough people were like, hey, who's this guy? He's really funny. This guy should... It's always that instance of like, this guy should have 1 million views, but he doesn't. It's like Lucachin. Lucachin's been around for like 8 years, or since like early YouTube, and she's been doing like Let's Plays and stuff. She only has like 170,000 subscribers when this lady should have 1 million. It's insane. So YouTube doesn't help nobody out, and that's kind of like where it is. Like, it's up in the air with this kind of shit.
Have you done that before with like getting in early on a YouTuber before they blow up? Like,
oh yes, of course.
Who's your people? Because I've got 2 fucking big ones.
Lucachin.
Like, when did you subscribe? Like, when did you start watching their videos, and then how many subscribers they have now?
Well, I would say probably like 2008 or 9. Like when I got on YouTube, I was, as again, the nature of the beast. When you're new to YouTube, YouTube is trying to throw like the most popular people in your face, and I found like just people who I can't think of any names right now. Markiplier. I mean, I'm going to say Markiplier is one of them because I subbed to Markiplier when he had like 50,000, and it's the same. It's the same product. It's the same videos, right? Which there's nothing wrong with that. But like lower quality video resolution, poor audio quality, but it's the same product. And I was like, okay, cool. Him, Lucachin, Game Grumps doesn't count because that was clearly going to be a thing that was going to work. I'd have to actually take a step back and look.
So I've got a big one. Boogie2988. Look at this fucking tweet. Look at this tweet, though. Dear at Zyback TV, I just wanted to let you know that you can tell the future. Here's proof. Love you. I think I was probably one of the first like 1,000 subscribers to Boogie. It's just crazy that he made this video a long time ago, and I don't know. It was like his mom had just died. And it was like some just like random vlog he uploaded, and I left a comment on it. And I just knew the dude was gonna be a big fucking YouTube star. Just I don't know. He was just different. So I predicted that he was gonna be big, and he became big. And then with Bajira, I got another video saying, dude, like he's gonna fucking blow up, and he did. So those are my two big ones that.
I unfortunately, for me, it's only Mark and Lukachin. But then again, Lukachin, I don't believe is quote unquote blown up. I have way too many people that I'm subbed to who are small and they don't grow. When I look at them and at their content and I go, they should grow. This is a surefire thing that will grow, but it doesn't. So I know way too many people who stay in the muck. And, from their perspective, they don't really, their goal isn't to grow their channel. Their goal is to just, it's my hobby that I get a little bit of money from, and that's fine. But
that's where I'm at right now, and I like that. I enjoy it so much more now that I just don't give a fuck. Like I never really gave that much of a fuck, but now I really don't give a fuck. And I think my channel is actually doing. I think people are actually liking this shit more now that I'm like completely not giving a fuck, rather than like sort of not giving a fuck.
The thing of it is, though, if your channel grew and you were at 350,000 right now, you wouldn't have a real job. You'd be doing YouTube still. You'd have access to doing a lot of things you wouldn't be able to do, and you'd be making more money with that than what you're making now. So you would absolutely be.
Well, it depends. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of channels that get a good amount of views and have a decent amount of subscribers. They don't make shit. What
do you consider decent?
I know some channels that get like 2 million views a month and they don't make very much money. Like not really anyway. And then I know some channels that get fucking dog shit views, like these beauty channels, to fucking rake it in. So,
again, it's all about the attitude of the person who's running the channel. If you know dudes who get 2 million views a month, and they're not leveraging themselves to make money, then they don't care.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on your content.
Or they don't know how to do that. There's a lot of people who are like popular on YouTube but don't understand how to leverage their brand. And that takes a decent amount of college to fucking understand that in marketing. And they don't know how to reach out. They don't know how to do anything. So they just sort of sit there and go, well, I make like $600 a month extra on top of my income I got at my job. This is all right. I'll just keep doing this, and that's fine. It's stagnant for them, but it's fine. It doesn't. And in my mind, it doesn't. I don't see their content being better or worse, and that's just my opinion. I absolutely enjoy videos of people that I've seen grow into the 800,000, 1 million subscriber range, because now they can do shit that they never got to do before. And I would never be able to see them do this stuff if they never had a channel grow like that. So,
yeah, it is crazy how fast people are blowing up on YouTube, and it's only going to get crazier as the user base for YouTube gets bigger and bigger. Like,
I think it's 1 billion a month now, active views across all of YouTube.
It's got to be more than that. That fucking Gangnam Style video has like 6 by itself. Maybe you mean
that's across all. I'm talking about across the entire website per month. It's a statistic I got in an email.
Are you sure it's not 1 billion individual users? That would make more sense to me.
Who fucking knows? Maybe that's what.
Dude, it's got to be way more than 1 billion views.
Yeah,
it's got to be. I think you might be thinking of 1 billion individual users. So like 1 in 11 people use YouTube regularly, which would make sense.
Yeah, and like to go back to like leveraging, it's like not having videos out on my channel right now kind of sucks, but
what's the deal with that? You've been saying you're gonna like upload shit for like 3 weeks now.
The thing is, I'm trying to leverage my channel, and it's not. No one's really replying with that's cool. Let's work together on that. And basically, like I'll approach companies and talk to them and be like, look, you got a product, you got a new product. Okay, well, we can work together and do this and that and this and that. And there's a lot of easy ways to do that, but no one so far has replied saying, oh, well, we think that this content will work together. Like, people have like something related to video gaming, like if they have a controller or something like that. They don't no one has said yes to my proposals yet, is basically what I'm saying. So I have all these cool videos that they're ready to go out, but they could easily have like some sort of influence or leverage on them, but no one's biting, which kind of sucks. So, and it's something
I think you just got to do your thing and just see what you can get as you go on. I wouldn't wait.
That's the thing. I've already done my thing and seen where it's gotten to. I've done that. That's fine. But prior to moving forward with anything else, I can't just upload a video that gets 5,000 views and be like, okay, that was worth my time, because it's not. So, which we've already had this conversation, talking about how if shit doesn't work out, I'll just rebrand. And
doing nothing doesn't help either, though.
I'm not doing nothing. I'm constantly looking for people to influence, or for leveraging my influence. But the only reason I bring it up is because that's what people do when they have a successful YouTube channel or a successful amount of Twitter followers or Instagram. I mean, this is shit people do to make money. And
but you don't have an active channel, though. Like I think that matters a lot.
That does not matter. Doesn't matter at all.
I guess we just have to agree to.
It doesn't matter to them. It doesn't matter to them.
If I was somebody promoting that wanted a product promoted, I would once. Especially if I was a YouTuber wanting to work with.
That's what you're paying the influencer for, is to have active promotion of their quote unquote product. I mean,
but you want to. But
I think I feel like I'm getting too deep into this, and people are gonna think I'm a greedy, grubbing motherfucking asshole.
No, I don't think anyone thinks. I don't think, especially.
No, I mean, I read the comments from the last podcast. I'm not happy with.
Have you seen my previous outro before the one where I compare my subscribers to ISIS if they don't like the video? My last outro was leave a like, and if you don't, fuck you, because I gotta sell out. It was like something along the lines of that. My audience doesn't give a fuck about selling out. I'm gonna sell as soon as somebody gives me an offer. I'm selling out. Fuck it, guys. It's happening.
We already talked about this the last stream. Suck a dick for $1 million, would you? Yes, of course.
Yeah,
and it's
you're an asshole if you don't.
People are so. It's not like 3 years ago on YouTube where people were like, "Why is this person trying to get me to drink G Fuel?" Or "Why are they promoting this product on their channel?" Because back then it was like weird to people. Now it's like this happens so often that it's normal.
Yeah, selling out is not.
Here's an example. You don't think Markiplier just plays every fucking game he thinks? He's like, oh, there's a game, I'm gonna play that. He just played a game recently called like Hidden Creatures or some fucking shit. He was more than likely paid to play that game. This is just the way shit works now. So, but I mean,
and that's the thing.
Just the practice. It's just all it is.
That is one of the big downsides to ad block, is that the ads aren't going anywhere. They're just going to be integrated into the content. And I personally, for me, I would rather have things be clearly defined, as in the ad is the thing that you're obviously watching before the video, and then the video is its own thing entirely. Well, with ad block, you're seeing more people integrate the ads into their content. Like, I watched a video from Jack Frags, like, earlier at work when I was fucking around, procrastinating, and he was like, this video is brought to you by blah 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 energy drink, and then like 3 minutes into the video stops, and he's like, blah 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 energy drink is doing a giveaway. It's just like, fucking Christ, man. God damn. Fuck, I wish we just had the 30 seconds and then the video, and then that's all people did. Like,
yeah, but I think that kind of advertising is a lot better than a skippable video or whatever.
Oh, it pays a lot better, but
it pays better. But the thing is, I would rather have the personality that I am subscribed to telling me about the product. I would rather have that than generic commercial for a car that I'm never going to afford and I don't want because it's just a stupid Lexus and I don't care. I can skip it in 15 seconds. That kind of advertising is ineffective. Now, if you leverage influence, and if you it sounds really funny thinking about this, but if Ford or whomever wanted to sell a car and they just hired Markiplier, first of all, he'd fucking do it because he'd get paid. But it'd be Markiplier. Be like, oh yeah, I really love this car. Shit. And you know how many people would buy that fucking car? So many people. Well, they would at least think about purchasing it simply because of the personality. And that's why I like that kind of advertising. And that's why 3 years ago it wouldn't really work. But now it's like, Dude, if I like a website or if I like something someone wants to pay me $50 to mention in a video, I'll fucking mention it. Like I was talking about this last week with
I'll
this.
do it too. Fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, you have experience with it, but
Yeah.
like this dude's website was like a gamer website to get people like locally gaming together instead of like, well, my friend on Steam, he lives like 20,000 miles away. Where this website helps you find local people, and I was like, cool, man, I have no problem with that.
Find sexy local gamers.
And there actually is like a heart shape in the logo. Like it's like you can date, but it's not meant for that, but you can, you know. And I was in talks with this guy, and he's like, okay, well, I'll fund it. And he put money in escrow. It wasn't a lot. It's like $60. And I'm like, cool, dude. The way that it'll work is I can tack it on to the beginning and the end of a video that I already have finished. And that'll make more sense to the audience, and they'll go check it out. He's like, no. And he's foreign, right? He's from like Saudi Arabia or something. He's like, no, you gotta make a fucking 3-minute video talking about my website. And I'm like, dude, literally, I can't talk about your website for fucking 30 seconds. Because it's a well-made website.
Yeah.
It's so straightforward.
Yeah, that kind of stuff I think is fine.
Like when they don't understand what the fuck, like the advertising, how it works, that's my problem with a lot of people is what I'm saying. They're like, no, you got to do this. This is what I'm paying you $60. I'm like, no, if I make you a 3-minute video about your website, you're paying me $1,000 fucking dollars. And that's not an unreal amount of money to ask for. Because that's a lot of fucking time talking about what. That's like an infomercial, motherfucker. And they're like, no, $60, you dude, you're just a trash YouTube person. I'm just like, no, get the fuck out of here. Because in the next, you give this another year and a half, everybody who wants something promoted, they're going to come crawling to people like you and me. Oh, how many people you got? There's
more and more. Yeah, it's good. It's good for us for sure.
It is good. It's good for everything entertainment and change.
Yeah, it just, I think it's going to get a little out of hand here soon, though. A little bit anyway. It's I just see it more and more and more and more and more. And as long as people are doing it tastefully, it's not going to be a big deal.
At the beginning of the video?
Yeah, the thing at the beginning of the video is fine. Like I've seen a lot of people that do like, this video is brought to you by Squarespace, and then that's it. That's fucking it. And then it's on the video. And that shit I think is fine.
Or they keep like a logo on this, like a watermark.
Yeah,
on the video.
Like I've seen a few vloggers that actually have like literally like pictures of brands behind them. Like I saw this one guy, he had like a Taco Bell like poster behind him that had like try the new blah 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 thing, and it was like a poster. It was just in the background, had nothing to do with the video, just in the background. I think that kind of shit is brilliant. Yeah, like that's the kind of shit I would like to do.
And he doesn't talk about Taco Bell.
Doesn't talk about it. Just there happens to be a Taco Bell picture, and it's not like the cam. You know, have you ever seen a music video? Like all the music videos nowadays are funded through product placement, where like the guy that's singing will whip out his phone, and it'll be like a perfectly angled shot where you can see the brand name and like the phone in this glorious like frame. It's not like that. It's just a vlog, just a poster, a promotional poster next to other posters, and you wouldn't think anything about it.
Yeah.
But
and
how
smart of a conversation was that to have between that guy and whoever the hell hired Taco Bell to talk to that guy? Because Taco Bell, if it was like a fucking old money exec or someone who's been there for like, they're gonna be there for life, they'd be like, no, you got to talk about Taco Bell while you're eating Taco Bell, parked outside of a Taco Bell. Like, fuck you, and give the guy some money. It's not a lot of money. And there's a Taco Bell poster in the background. It's simple. I've been doing this shit for fucking years, and I talked to Viking Coca-Cola about it, and they were like, they did that same shit where they're like, no, we don't think that'll work. We don't want that way. We don't fucking Warrior Energy drink. I have the Warrior Energy drink, like a sign that you would hang outside of your gas station if you sold it. Really cool guy at this gas station near the college, and he plays video games. Older dude, like 51, 52 years old, runs this gas station. And I was telling him, like, I really like the design of Warrior Energy. He's like, yeah, do you want one of the posters? I was like, shit, yeah. So I just put it up in my apartment. Every time I do a vlog, guess what? Everyone sees Warrior Energy drink. And what's fucked up? People ask me all the time, like, what is that? Where can I get that? And I'm sorry, man, you can't. They only sell it in, like, mid-Minnesota, which sucks ass.
Huh.
So.
Anyway. I thought I had something else I want to talk about on that subject, but yeah, it should be you know, it is. I have been approached by a lot. Like, do you get like? I just get approached by like all these shitty things I don't want to do. Like when it comes to like ad deals and stuff like that. It's just like all just trash. Like I've gotten promoted or not promoted. I've gotten offered like knockoff brand gaming gear that's just not very legit looking. Lots of stuff like that where it's just like I just don't care enough to fuck with this. Like, yeah, you're gonna pay me a little bit of money, but it's not really like worth my time.
It's not worth tarnishing your reputation as a person and your relationship to your audience to go, hey guys, welcome to this video. But before we start, I just want to let you know Star Wars makeup is on sale at Target for the next 2 weeks. You should really pick it. People are gonna be like, what the fuck? Why are you talking about Star Wars makeup? You're not a makeup channel, you idiot. So yeah, I get about 3 emails a month from different people who are like, promote this, please, and then they don't agree to promote it correctly. Plus, they're going to give me $10. I'm like, you're not giving me 10 fucking bucks. It's not like It's not like you do this, and a video is made. You fucking cunts. Stop emailing me. It's so annoying.
Man, wouldn't it be nice to be like fucking Kim Kardashian and get paid like $1 million to tweet some shit? God damn.
Oh my god! And then her
what
app?
A fucking sick setup that is for her.
Well, I mean, it's not stupid either. She has that game too, the A list or some shit, whatever the fuck it is. You're playing your avatar trying to go from the D list to the A list as far as like how you are perceived as a celebrity, and that's her game. And there's in-app purchases, obviously, and apparently like it makes a shit zillion dollars a day.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like I remember seeing a news story, like a YouTube news story where they were like talking shit about it, and then one of the guys like came in and told him how much it fucking made. Like it's like one of those things where like somebody will describe the premise of the game to you and you'd be like, that's fucking retarded. And it's like, well, that fucking retarded idea makes like XX million dollars a day. It's just like, oh my god, what the fuck.
And Drake has an app out too now, which it looks like it's made by the same people who made the Kardashian app, but I don't know, man. Like, good for them.
One of my favorite things about Drake is just how much black people talk shit about him. Like,
yeah, because he came out there with that silly fucking dance, and it was like, Drake, what the fuck, man?
I just think it's funny that like almost every black person I talk to hates Drake. Like, I'm not privy on like rap culture, but like apparently the thing about him, like he made some song about how he started from the bottom. Like he's like, I started from the bottom and look at me now. And it's like this dude was like grew up in a suburban neighborhood, like upper middle class, had an acting job when he was a child. Like it's like, yeah, Drake, real rough, real rough.
Yeah, but he's the one making a boatload of money. So I mean, hell, if he wants to troll his entire culture, then fine, let him. You know, good for him.
Are you familiar with Riff Raff, the rapper?
I'm not familiar with many rappers. I
forget. The only reason I'm familiar with this guy is because I think his entire thing is a troll. Like, there's this white guy named Riff Raff who just like, he's so like, it's like one of those people where it's like, is this guy fucking serious or not? Like, you have to look at it after the podcast because this is just a really interesting person, and he just does shit that is weird, but it's not so weird that I instantly call bullshit on it. But I think it's bullshit. Like, he just does and acts in these just weird ways. I think it's bullshit. I think it's all a troll. Like, his whole thing is very strange. I can't explain. I was hoping you knew who he was, but it's very awkward to talk about him now.
I am white. I don't know about many rappers.
Yeah, I'm white too. So, that's another one of my favorite trolls. If somebody like says I'm being racist against black people, I always tell them I'm half black. And it makes it really awkward for them because they're like, wait, what?
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a video or something. He's got like Bart Simpson tattooed on his chest or some shit.
But yeah, that's one of my favorite things to do is to just like if somebody's like, dude, why do you fucking always, you know, if like somebody accuses me of being racist towards black people, like, dude, my fucking dad is black, and like it's one of those things where it's like they can't really like instantly tell. They're just like, wait, what? They're like, yeah, my dad was fucking born in South Valley. I told somebody that my mom was white from South Africa and my dad was a black African American, and that technically made me a South African American. And then they got all apologetic and they said like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize. It's like, yeah, just because my skin's not dark doesn't mean I'm not black. It's fucking dude. So good. Anyway. You got a topic you want to pitch?
No, I don't. I actually haven't had much time to spend thinking about positivity, so I've just been... Actually, I played Blade and Soul yesterday, and I could smell the fucking cringe. I got to like level 8, and I was like, ugh, I can already, ugh. Because it's bad. Like, talk about advertising, all right? It's bad when your MMO's loading screens are advertisements to fucking buy shit in the gem store or your cash shop or whatever.
A lot of games do that, though.
And well, yeah, but
at first
this game
I thought you were
also...
going to mean they were advertisements for like products.
No. You also have to buy stuff in the gem store to progress your character. So
really? In what way?
You get like increased perks and shit. I don't have it bookmarked. That's my friend Kent. Maybe I can grab it. It should be in the conversation that we had because he brought it up to me, and I'm like, "That's bullshit. I need proof." And he's like, "Okay, here it is." So let's see. When you first start, unless you spend money, I don't know how much money it is, on a premier membership, you don't get access to something called where is it? Wind strike cooldown, gathering, reduce weapon, galore increases. What the fuck is it? Class specific, premium membership, login queue priority. So like, if the servers are full, or they're getting kind of full, like not full yet, but they're getting there. Yeah. Unless you have a membership to this fucking game, you don't even get to log in. But if you do, kind of stuff, you can log in. Well, it's not just that. It's like plus 10% for every rank. So as you buy shit in Blade and Soul, you get more. Well, it's not even 10% per rank. It's just like, okay, look, here it is. Increased gold earned from daily and field quests. Non-premium membership, 0%. Rank 1, after you've become a premium member, 10%. Rank 2, oh, you think this number would go up? No, it doesn't. Rank 3, it doesn't go up again. Rank 4, 20%. Stays the same until rank 9, 30%. Rank 10, the last rank, and it don't go up. It stays at 30%.
And this 30% more gold?
30% increased gold earned from daily and field. I'll just link you this because that's not just the one thing, man. It's a spreadsheet of shit, and it's stupid. It doesn't need to be in the game. The only reason this is in the game is to incentivize you to buy this stupid bullshit in the gem shop or the cash shop, and that's the fucking game. So the game isn't you running around and leveling because once that's over, the end game is buying more shit, which is probably just buying armor and stuff because they probably don't reward you with anything either.
I never fucked around with it. I don't know. I just don't. I'm not really that interested. The PvP looks okay, but it's all like 1v1 based from what I've been seeing, and the leveling in the world seems really underwhelming. Like it seems like some shit that would be like from 2005.
Nope. You can level fast as hell.
No. I mean, like, the actual quality of it. Like, it's not really that... Like, I could be wrong, but I've heard that it's very, like, just old. Old feeling. It doesn't feel like...
It's a Korean MMO. It feels like...
What I'm getting at is it doesn't feel like a new 2016 leveling experience. It feels like a fucking 2008 leveling experience.
Yeah.
So...
That's what it is.
The world and the world and theme just doesn't really appeal to me. Like a kung fu fucking MMO, like I don't know.
It's not really a kung fu MMO. There's summoners and there's a class called Destroyer.
It's like an Asian Japanese theme. I don't know how to explain.
It's made by NCSoft, so of course it's going to feel like a Korean MMO. I mean, your camera's locked. It's all action combat. I mean, they've been doing this shit since like 2010. Like, have you ever played Terra?
No, I never played Terra.
Same shit. But it's the same shit. But the Overwatch of all of this is just stupid. Where it's like we add all this shit in here, like increased currency exchange, sell slots, what? Like reduced weapon glamour fees. What the fuck does that mean? Oh, I know what it means. It's a glamour fee. It's like when you in Guild Wars 2 when you swing your weapon.
Yep.
and there's like a trail behind it, like it's paint, like you're cutting through paint. That's a glamour. And so there's fees to apply glamour to shit. Like in this game, one of the glamours is holding on to like where there's a thing in your right hand, and it's like a trail of light. So it kind of looks like when you run that you have a tail coming off of you. And I'm like, that's cute and all, but you probably got to pay more for the trail to get as long as it possibly can get. So, because I've seen people with short trails, longer trails, different colors. I've been leveling in that game to like level 10, and I haven't equipped anything new yet. I'm still just wearing the same bullshit. You get a uniform from your student dojo that you start. And yes, it is. I'll give you the whole Kung Fu MMO thing, mostly because even my class, the Destroyer, does a sprint from Naruto, and they can jump in the air like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and they can even glide. That's the part that was like freaking people out when I was streaming it the other day. They were like, "Wait, you can fucking glide?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Well, what the fuck is that?" In Guild Wars 2, you have to like get the expansion to then get a glider, but the glider makes sense in fucking Guild Wars 2 because you need it to glide up and down because each zone is like vertical in certain ways. There's like an underground, there's a canopy, and then there's a normal like the fucking sea floor level. You know what I'm saying?
Do they do that all seamlessly without any loading screens? Like they do all that. So the entire expansion is one zone essentially.
No. There's different zones, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. But does it all load seamlessly? Like no loading screens or anything like that
in between zones?
Yeah.
No, of course not.
That's actually pretty cool. So everything is just on top of each other. That's actually kind of sweet.
No. What I mean is there's a zone, and then to the east is another zone. When you go through the portal, you've played the game. You go through the portal, and then a loading screen pops up, and now you're in the next zone.
Oh, I thought you were describing some situation where all of the zones went up in height.
No. And each zone has a canopy, a ground level, and an underground.
Oh,
and that's what you use the glider.
I thought you meant that Zone 1 was at the bottom floor, and then Zone 2 was a floor.
No, that's what it sounded like last year at PAX South when they were like, "Get this shit, gliders," and you go up and down, and I was like, "That's dumb." But it's like 5 zones in total, I think 4 or 5. But the way that the zones are designed gives credence and credibility to the reason why you need a glider. So gliding is fun in Guild Wars 2. Gliding in this game, just some shit you do because it looks cool in Chinese.
Yep.
You did, and the way you're posed and shit, I swear to God, it's all kung fu like that shit. But you know,
like I don't mind the Asian themed stuff. Like Final Fantasy is pretty Asian themed, but I don't mind it because it's not like over the top.
You know what I like about Final Fantasy? It already had a theme before there was a need to shill into this idea that, oh, well, now we need a Kung Fu MMO. No. Like you say, Final Fantasy feels like an Asian themed.
It's Asian themed, but
it didn't feel Asian themed when I was playing the fucking the other games, you know what I mean? It feels like it's a world, and that's how Final Fantasy still feels to me. It doesn't feel Asian themed to me. It feels Final Fantasy to me.
It feels fine, but there's definitely some Asian things to it. Just the way the characters kind of are. They have like an Asian twist to them, I guess.
Yeah, of course.
But it's not like over the
top. They've always looked
like,
that way, though. They've all go back to Final Fantasy X. They always look the same fucking way. They're never gonna make like a game where like I'm a black guy and everything looks like Wreck-It Ralph. That's not. It always looks like fucking Final Fantasy. What I'm saying is that's fine to me. But when you have to go out of your way and go, this is
if they started putting in like fucking pandas and shit in Final Fantasy, like goddamn,
that wouldn't make any sense. I mean, Final Fantasy.
Well, it didn't make sense in another game I used to play.
Final Fantasy 11 has those cat girls and then those big cat guys, and I'd never seen them in a Final Fantasy game before. But that's fine that they introduced those races because they feel like they fit.
Yeah.
Whereas in World of Warcraft, pandas don't fucking feel like they fit.
Dude, whatever. I fucking cannot stand the panda defenders. Like it was literally a fucking April Fool's joke. It was a fucking haha. Oh, Jesus, man. Oh, I hate the people that are like, they're in the lore. They're actually the most important thing ever. If you knew about Warcraft, you would know that the pandas in Pandaria and Pandaland, that was quite obviously just a fucking desperate attempt to try and grab the Chinese market. It was just, oh.
It is an in-joke, but there really wasn't any reason to put pandas in the game.
Yeah, it was a funny haha like joke of a race, kind of. Like I wouldn't have minded that much if they just would have put the pandas in and just have panda monks be a new thing, but like the whole going off to Panda Land and then like doing all the stupid ass Pandaria quests that are just dumb, where you have to like wax on, wax off quests that are just like so stereotypically Asian.
What do you mean? You didn't like that when you went to Pandaria, you had to find a crane and a tiger?
Yeah, it's just like
and another like
guys.
Celestial Asian being to like harmonize together to create peace.
Yeah, it would, dude. I would have liked it so much more if the Pandarin were just these like ruthless fucking killers that were just had no morals whatsoever. But instead, they're the typical Asian. We have to meditate and fucking just silly little Asian themed motherfucking race. I would have loved for them to just be like some murderous race of like Nazis that just exterminated.
This is why we don't go to Pandora. We know it's there. We just don't go there because they'll kill us all. It's
yeah,
we don't want them to get off the island. Yeah.
If that shit had happened.
I mean, what ethnicity is the Demon Hunter trying to pull into World of Warcraft?
The Demon Hunter is actually cool as fuck. The Demon Hunter.
I know that. That's my.
Yeah, point. The Demon Hunter. What ethnicity they're trying to pull back into WoW? The ethnicity that used to play the fucking game. No, that actually makes sense. The Demon Hunter shit.
Yeah, the point is they're trying to pull in people to play. Pulling in an audience is different from pulling in a culture.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm Asian, therefore.
The Mist of Pandaria was 100% a fucking to try and pull in a different market of people.
Yeah.
It was not for the fucking fans of WoW. That's for sure.
And I really would have loved it a lot more. Not that anything we say or whatever can change anything, but I really would have just loved it if it was just Pandaren monks, and they're on both factions. Because the way that you, yeah, because did you ever make a monk or a Pandaren at all?
I made a monk, but not a Pandaren monk.
Okay, so when you're a panda, you do your like level 1 through 10, whatever, I don't remember, but you do your stuff, and you're on a turtle. You're on a float. You're
I'm familiar with the process. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you pick like, do you want to be Horde or Alliance? Yeah, if it was just that, that's fine. But no, now we got fucking Panda this and Panda that. I'm a Panda Warrior. Oh, I'm a Panda Mage. I don't think they can be mages, but it's just ridiculous.
No one even plays them though. Really, at least not
because because their racials suck ass. Oh, you get double the thing when you double the stats when you eat because you're a fat panda.
A fat fucking panda. Yeah,
because you're Jack Black in that Panda movie. Put that shit in. But I mean, yeah, that's kind of how I feel about Blade and Soul, where it's like it's a unique IP, but it's grounded on very much a lot of nothing outside of martial arts, MMO, and that's it.
At least with like WildStar, it was like its own thing that was like pretty original, I think, like in terms of the IP.
If you're not aping off of some other shit trend that will be here and gone, your game will not survive. And that's kind of how I feel about Blade and Soul. But they'll make a boatload of money because people are dumb nowadays and they just throw money at this shit. Oh, I want the new glider in Guild Wars 2, the Hawk Wings. Fucking $10, fine, boom.
I think Blade and Soul will fade into obscurity. I think Blade and Soul will be one of those games where it's just like Blade and Soul gets mixed in with Terra and just...
and Aeon and Lineage and
just all these other games that are just so similar to it in a lot of ways that it's just going to get lost in the nothingness.
I'll give you a piece of evidence that actually goes towards what you're saying, it being something that'll be lost on us. If English.
People are still playing it in 3-4 months, I'll be
people will still play it in 3-4 months. But what I'm saying is, a piece of evidence is that, well, take a guess how many servers there are for the United States.
For Blade and Soul?
Blade and Soul.
5.
2.
Okay.
Guess what they're called?
Stereotypical Asian name 1 and 2?
Mm-hmm. I don't remember. I don't have a list of them right now, but the one I'm on is called it's like I want some or some shit. And I'm like,
wow.
Wow.
Can't cool, like Americanize that shit a little bit?
You can't even call it like Stone Island Temple or some shit. I don't know. Whatever. They all have a weird fucking name. They all have that. But that's but that's because it's Kung Fu, the MMO. Ho ha ha.
Yeah, I'll just be shocked if like it's still a decently popular game in 3 to 4 months. Like, sure, people are still gonna be playing it, but I mean, is it like still? Does it still have its like full head of steam like it did at launch, or at least some of it?
Not in this country. I don't think so.
No, I don't think it will either.
And as far as what people were telling me in the stream, there is no like true end game to it. There's no end game that I described.
1v1 arenas. That's pretty much the only thing they do.
Well, there's dungeons. There's dungeons too, but there's no like go to the dungeon.
Really that great from my understanding.
Yeah, a lot of it has to do with buying shit. I mean, even the image I'm looking at right now, it's like, ooh, Blade and Soul, and it shows like a summoner, and there's a race in the game that's like mouse girls. They're like girls that have like giant mouse ears.
I'm familiar.
And in the background is like this sort of, she's in like a castle. There's a throne room, and there's a bunch of coins on the ground that are stacked up, and they're basically the representation of the NC coin that you have to pay for. You know, you give them $10, they give you 20 NC coins. And so that just screams, this is what's happening at the end of this game, all the effort you put in, this is what you're going to do. You know, whatever. Like I said in the last podcast, this is a trend. The MMOs are being butchered into being nothing more than profit machines. This will end eventually. I'm not saying it's going to happen in just a year, but eventually this concept of, well, this MMO is going to be really easy, waste of your time, give us a bunch of money, that trend is going to die. There's going to be an upturn, and people will want something that is challenging and rewarding and fun, because challenging equals fun. And if you can't fucking hack it, then you don't play MMORPGs. You go play fucking Candy Crush or some shit.
I think the future of MMORPGs, at least in the short term, is not going to be appealing to a mass audience off the start. Like, I think the future of MMOs is in games like Camelot Unchained and Crowfall, and games that are appealing to a niche of people in hopes that they can grow their community slowly over time without changing their core values. They, you know, they're making a game, this is the way they want to make it, and they hope people will come and tag along, but if not, their game will be a niche game, and they're fine with that. That's the way I think MMOs are going to be in the short term anyway. At least until some big fucking money comes in and tries to make the next big SWTOR or WoW or whatever.
Yeah, but it has to be profitable. I mean, if I'm NC Soft and I own 5 different MMOs that bring in a profit, I'm not going to develop a game that's so different from the formula that's making me money just because someone made a game that's making some money. That's really the problem. You know what I mean? Like, someone will make a cool game. I'm looking forward to it, but until they actually do, I'm like just sitting around going, well, I gotta try Blade and Soul. It's the next fucking thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the smaller scale productions for MMOs are going to be the future for at least the short term, rather than having these big projects. I
don't know. Another thing I fucking hate about all these games coming out. This doesn't even have to do with the games. Have you noticed every new game that ends up coming out is Game of the Year? Have you seen this shit? I'm talking every one of them. It's
because everybody has so many goddamn awards. Like, there's so many different like awards and award shows and like gaming outlets.
You could write a blog and it'd be called Zybak's blog of video game discussion, and then it could be like a decent sized.
And then it'll be on a trailer for some new video game that I said like buy the game, faggots, and that'll be like in the you know, in the movie trailers they give the quotes from the critics, like Star Wars The Force Awakens, the revival the series needed, and that'll be a quote, and it'll have like credited to whatever, moviereviews.com.
Yeah, it's
like
that.
Mine'll be like, buy the game, faggots.
They'll put it up there. They'll put it up. They have no choice. But what I'm getting at is that you could have your like top 10 games, and then you are quote unquote awarding them. Oh yeah, this is Game of the Year in my opinion. Well, they have no problem with parading that shit in front of your face, and they create like a fucking unique decal. Boom, boom, boom. Game of the Year according to so and so, or according to a community blog or something like that. It's like, but you're fucking not. You're everything that you're not. And it's getting annoying. Guild Wars 2 is the first game I noticed this happening, because they were like, boom, boom, fucking like, everywhere.
We won 150 million awards at E3. It's just like, yeah, you won the 13-year-old kid.
Well, it was like
a YouTube channel, liked your game, and said it was the best.
It's like when they were doing conventions, they were giving Guild Wars 2 t-shirts out to people and taking like photographs of them. Like, yeah, cool, wear the shirt, take a photo. And then they would turn around and go, look how many people fucking love our game showing up to the convention with their Guild Wars 2 t-shirt. I'm just like, wow, this works on.
Guild Wars 2 does so much like cringy shit, like that taxi thing and that fucking that dumbass commercial they launched the game with. That shit was like, if you haven't seen the Guild Wars 2 launch commercial, I don't know what it's called. I'm sure if you just search that, it'll come up. But like the people coming out of the water, I was like, when I watched that shit, I was like, what the fuck? What is this shit?
So artsy fartsy, stupid shit. And it doesn't sell the game, like, because you don't know what you're watching at first. You're like, ooh, graffiti, ooh, a woman who's floating in water, and then like dudes jumping over fences with hoodies on, and you're like, the fuck is this? And then they just walk forward more, and boom, they're Guild Wars 2. They're in the game, and then there's that shot where Zaitan comes like flying out from behind the mountains and like flies down to like meet them. That, by the way, doesn't fucking happen in the game. Sucks. That fucking entire ad campaign sucked. And then they turned around and made a different one. But that was on TV.
Halo's ads, I think, have always been fucking on point. The Halo 3 advertising, that shit was fucking dope. With the real life, like, have you seen it? Any of it?
Some of it.
The ones where it's like the old people talking about like they got a bunch of old people and they're like, we're talking about the shit they did with Master Chief, and like, I don't know, it's very well done. Like, it sounds really stupid. Like, it sounds like the shit Guild Wars 2 was trying to do with like having like incorporating real life and like incorporating it into the game, but like and Halo, I'd have to look. Halo 3, the Believe campaign. It was like super fucking good. Anyway.
Oh, was that the one with the websites and it was like all hacked and stuff and everything was bees? But it ended up being Halo?
No. Here. I'll send you a link to it. This is just one of the ads they did. Let me make sure this is the right thing. Yeah, it's a minute and 30 seconds. But yeah, if you watch this, they set up a bunch of like action figures and with the music and all of it. It's just very well done. And they also have, like, if you look on the sidebar, the Halo 3 Believe ad campaign. They've got a guy. All just very, very well done. And this is back when Halo 3 came out. So this is 2007, you know, before, you know, and video game advertising has evolved since then. So, you know, I'm sure there's people doing stuff cooler than this. But you can kind of see what I'm talking about with, like, this is a good fucking ad for a video game. Because you don't know what it is until you know what it is.
Right, but the whole time it is the video game.
It is the video game.
There's
but if you saw this on TV, you're like, what the fuck is this? But it makes sense when it all comes together. Like, I'm assuming you're at like 1 minute in at this point.
No, I've seen the whole thing.
Oh, you've seen this before?
It's not that long. It's only $1.30. But yeah, But what I'm saying is consistently, it's Halo.
Yeah, it is the game, but it's presented.
Even if you don't know that it's Halo, it's still Halo. There's no like fucking gangster rapper like, yo, what up, so bitch, and then at the fucking end, it's like Master Chief shoots him in the head, and it's like fucking Halo 3. Like, you'd be like, shut this off. I don't care. By the time you shut it off, you actually didn't get the effective advertising. So yeah, it's funny, man.
Yeah, but their whole Believe campaign for Halo 3 was fucking amazing. Like, I'm sure they won a whole bunch of advertising awards for it, but they have other ads where it's just like this old guy talking about his battle with the Covenant and like how he was in a forest and he was scared. It's like really convincing. And it's just good shit, you know. I appreciate the fuck out of these people that really nail it. Gears of War does it really well, or used to do it with their ads. You know, there's people that, you know, for as cringy as there are for some ads, there's some people that do them so good that they're actual entertainment that people go back and watch even after the game is long out, like with Halo 3.
Oh yeah. Oh, as someone who grew up with Halo, can you explain to me, are we at the point now where we know if Master Chief is a robot or a person or something? Because I don't play the game.
He's a person.
He is a person, because I've heard so many things like, oh no, he's a robot.
Yeah, no, like those people just weren't paying attention at all. He's
so is Is there like a scene where like Master Chief gets hit in the fucking head and his like glass visor shows that he's actually a person?
Well, he's always been a person, because if you like were into the story at all, you just kind of knew. In Halo 4, if you beat the game on Legendary, his helmet comes off and you can see his eyes for like a split second, but they've intentionally not shown his face on purpose.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you still have that mystery there, but he's very much a person.
Okay.
But yeah, I like Halo. I like Halo a lot with a lot of the shit they do. Very, very, very smart. I'm glad Halo is back on track too. Halo 5, even though a lot of people hate on it because it's like the popular thing to hate on, like Call of Duty, I think Halo 5 is very much a good game, and I think Halo is actually like kind of back now, which is good. So, hooray! Anyway, you got anything you want to add to that, or you just want to shift on to the next topic?
No, we're good. I'm looking at this other Halo 4 trailer too, with real people in it and stuff. It's pretty good.
Oh, I'm not even sure which one that is, but yeah, Halo's got excellent ads. Are you heard about what Donald Trump did?
No.
So Donald Trump is boycotting the Republican debate, and it's dude, his campaign is his campaign is run fucking brilliantly. So essentially, Fox News did something to piss off Donald Trump. I don't know what specifically they did, but Donald Trump said, "Fuck you guys! I'm not going to show up to the debate," and I'm just going to laugh when no one watches. And the thing is that he's right. No one is going to watch that fucking debate without Donald Trump in it. And then a bunch of polls came out where they were asking people if they were going to watch the debate now that Donald Trump wasn't in it. And 80% of people, 80% of people said they weren't going to watch it now. And the funny thing is that he's going to win this debate without even showing up to it, because everyone's going to be talking about him. Like, the whole point of debates is to get attention on you, is to like show yourself as the front runner. And now all these people that are participating in this debate are in the shadow of Donald Trump because he's fucking not there. Dude, I think that Donald Trump's campaign is going to be one of these things where like we're going to look back at it in 50 years and be like, holy shit, that was some fucking crazy shit right there. Because he's just doing stuff that is truly brilliant. Whether I don't like the guy that much, and I think a lot of people don't, but I think people can honestly say his campaign is one of the most brilliant of all time. Shit's fucking amazing.
This is really funny. I just clicked on like a clickbaity like blog thing about Donald Trump. It says it's basically, the headline is Donald Trump dead last in the latest poll, and it's not a poll about like popularity or whatever. It's a presidential candidate percentage of adults who view each candidate as whatever kind of religion. It's like blank religious, like, you know, Christian, atheist, whatever. 30% of people, only 30% of people polled believe he has a religious affiliation, and most of that comes from the 2 Corinthians bullshit that he pulled at Liberty College, where he was trying to spew. Oh yeah, what does he say? He said at the fucking place, he was like,
I didn't watch it, but I heard that he like.
He's like, I wrote a book. It's called How to Be Great at Finance or some shit. Who's read that book here? Everyone's read that book here. You know, I always say it's a strong number 2 to the Bible, of course. The Bible is the best. And it's just like, what the fuck? You clearly don't know anything about, like, the Bible. He's quoting, like, weird shit from the Bible. He's pronouncing shit wrong. And it's like, that's stuff that I would do.
What's your thing? What's your fake fucking Bible verse that you...
Austin 3:16.
Austin 3:16, yeah.
Austin 3:16 says, I just whooped your ass.
Yeah.
That's what I would say if I were... but I'm not Donald Trump. I should at least know some shit. All you need to do is have a friend who's really religious tell you, like, yeah, Donald, this is what you should say. But he just looked like he went out there without knowing shit, and he ate dirt.
He's pro-weed. He came out and said that shit.
Good. That's
actually a little ballsy for a Republican, I think, to say that.
That's only going to be good for him, because when it comes down to Bernie versus Trump, a lot of people will be like, well, Bernie likes weed. Trump hasn't said anything about it. Oh, no. And now he's like, oh, yeah, weed. Yeah, weed's great.
Yeah. Well, what he said specifically is that he's fine with it from medical use, and then past that, he's just wants to be regulated to the states, which is pretty much about as pro-weed as it comes for the most part.
A Republican supporting regulation? Wow, this guy might actually be the president we need.
Dude, I wonder, when Trump wins the nomination, I feel like he's gonna like come out with some shit. Like he's gonna like sort of change his views, because like right now I feel like he's definitely pandering to some shit that he probably doesn't really give a fuck about. Like I don't think the guy's actually religious at all, which is fine.
Right.
So I think if he does win the nomination, he's gonna be like, yeah, I don't really think like this. Now that
it'll be a slow burn of changing his policy.
Yeah, he'll shift on a lot of things, which I think is fine. I think a lot of people in a situation would probably do the same thing.
And in my dream scenario, when he gets elected president, he's going to shift on everything and be like, "Hey, everybody, this was just a fucking joke. I was just bored. I can't believe y'all idiots voted for me. America needs to change."
Fuck,
fucking dude,
it is gonna be so entertaining. I cannot wait, dude. If it does end up being Sanders versus Trump, it's gonna be so fucking entertaining. I cannot wait if that is actually the thing. Anyway,
what is it that you originally said that he said recently? Wasn't the weed thing? It was something else, right?
Oh shit! I don't know what was it about?
You said this topic of Donald Trump you brought up. What is it that he said?
That he's boycotting the Republican debate?
Right. So the reason he's boycotting the Republican debate is because he fucking hates Fox News for canceling his TV show. That's the only real reason.
No, NBC cancels TV show.
It was on NBC?
Yeah, no, it wasn't Fox.
Oh,
Fox did something to make him mad, or at least for him to pretend like he's mad. And this is a brilliant move by him, because it's him saying it's like him sticking it to the man, and a lot of people rally behind that. Like he's only gonna go up in the polls for doing this.
Fox News isn't really a pro Donald Trump.
No, they fucking hate him. That's why he's doing it. And
yeah.
The thing is that he's got everything to lose with this debate. He is the front-running campaign by a lot, and he has nothing to gain really, but has everything to lose, because they're all these guys on the stage are going to be gunning for him and him specifically. And Fox News doesn't like him. That's pretty obvious.
Well, I've seen Bill O'Reilly talk shit.
Yeah, for him to like stick it to the man, it's gonna make his supporters just rally behind him that much harder, and it's gonna make other people be like, "Look at this Donald Trump guy. He's a leading candidate. He didn't even show up to this shit." And now other people are gonna be interested in him because they're like, "Who is this guy that wins the debate without even showing up?" Because that's what's gonna happen. Because he is gonna be the topic of conversation and not even be there. And I'm looking forward to him like live tweeting during the debate, talking shit about people as they're like talking. It's gonna be great. One of my favorite things about Donald Trump is you ever go through his Twitter and like read when he's responding to people that are criticizing him?
No, I haven't.
Oh, so like if, for example, the New York Times criticizes Donald Trump about anything, he'll be like, "The New York Times, a failing newspaper, said that I was blah 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 whatever thing," and he'd be like, and he just tears them apart like just ruthlessly. Whether it's true or not doesn't really matter, but I just find so much entertainment from him. I get so much entertainment out of him just talking shit about people, like the Jeb Bush low energy thing. It's just fuck. I hate that I like him so much. I'm not gonna vote for him, I promise, but I hate that I like him so much, and it just entertains the shit out of me. Fuck.
Yeah, I've
never kept up with politics before, but it's too good to not keep up with right now.
Today's debate, 9 p.m. So it's happening right now.
Oh, really?
I just checked his Twitter. He hasn't. The last thing he said was 8 hours ago. So maybe it's just now starting or something. But
okay.
Yeah, he fucking watches. It looks like he watches Fox News, and he's like, "Listen to this asshole."
Yeah, like
at reply who so and so for getting fucking facts wrong, and it's just like, "Hey man, you're fucking Donald Trump. You say whatever the hell you want."
Yeah, like I'm gonna scroll through his Twitter and just see like he just constantly talks shit about people. And the thing is that so most people in his situation would have like somebody that runs their Twitter and makes sure everything is like PC and like kosher.
Oh yeah, guy, Ted Cruz has got somebody doing that for him.
Not at all. Like this Donald Trump. Let me find it. I favorited it on my own Twitter. He tweeted out a Pepe image of him, like, you know, Pepe the Frog.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody made a Donald Trump Pepe image, and he fucking tweeted that shit out. So fucking good. Let me find this shit. Here it is. Look at this shit. What other fucking presidential candidate would tweet out a fucking Pepe image of him? Of himself. This shit is real. You can't stump the Trump.
That's great.
Dude, he doesn't even... There's no way he knows what that shit even is. He just said, fuck it. Yeah, and he's just got, like, tons of... Like... let me find another tweet. Donald Trump women in military tweet. Here it is. This is a fucking horrible tweet. 26,000 unreported sexual assaults in the military and only 238 convictions. What do these geniuses expect when they put women and men together? What the fuck? This is a real tweet. Look at this. I'm not making this up. The official Twitter basically says, well, what did you think was going to happen when you put men and women in the military together? Of course there's going to be rapes.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a fuck.
And then his people retweeting him like, eat dog shit, you worthless fucking bag of garbage. You didn't change your mind, you lost it.
Dude.
Yeah, I mean,
that is fucking crazy.
I'd vote for him just on the fact that he keeps it real.
He's gangsters. Like, I don't agree with that, obviously. Like you can't just be like, yeah, 26,000 rapes. Well, what do you expect with women and men being together? It's like, god damn. Fuck. I just can't believe that's a real tweet. And he hasn't deleted it. He stands behind that shit. He's like, yeah, fuck you. God damn. Wow, 2 candidates called last night and said Drake. Oh no, I thought that was like a diss. Never mind. Anyway, I think we beat that topic to death. Now, you want to switch topics? You have anything else, or is that it?
I don't have anything.
Okay, let me look at my list here. Well, this is actually new today. Are you familiar? No, you're not familiar with this. Why the fuck would I even ask? So they're making fat Barbie dolls now. Not joking. It's a real thing. I think that's a little ridiculous.
I have to see this.
Yeah, just I'm sure if you just Google Barbie, it'll come up as the #1 thing since it's relevant right now.
Why would you want a fat Barbie?
Dude, it's all about this fat acceptance shit.
Wait a minute, are these? No, I'm not looking. I have to find something legitimate because there's going to be a lot of photoshops of this one.
No, I'm sure if you just Google Barbie, it'll come up.
Yes, of course. A bunch of fake images come up.
No. First thing,
I'm looking at a real.
Times,
I'm looking
Barbie
at a real
adds
article.
curvy and tall body shapes. So a lot of people talk shit about these Barbie dolls because they give unrealistic beauty standards to women. So they decided to make a fat ass Barbie doll now. That's legit. They're going to be selling fat Barbie dolls. Dude. The fuck?
I'm
God.
still looking for the fat one. I don't see a fat Barbie doll. In this article, they're talking about how
Look at that.
Barbies
First
are now
link.
different heights and, you know, all this other shit instead of like...
Anyway, I just think it's a
Which
little
one of these is the fat Barbie, Zyback?
You can't tell?
No, I see the short one, the tall one, the medium height one, and then the Barbie one. What, her hips are wider? She's fat?
No, you can't tell she's... Come on.
I can't tell that's a fat Barbie. You'd have to... There has to be more photos of this Barbie. Like, you know, from all angles. For me to be like, oh yeah, clearly she's fat. The tall, skinny one is more of a typical Barbie. But I get that they're like making the thighs different dimensions. Because we come in all shapes and sizes and all this crap. But I don't see that as a fat Barbie. I see that as like, you know, a couple extra pounds Barbie. But I mean, come on, man. Like, I'm fat. A couple extra pounds doesn't mean you're fat.
Yeah, but like, I hate this whole like fat acceptance movement shit. Like it's only gonna get more and more like ridiculous.
If they actually made a fat, obese Barbie, that'd be a thing. This is not a thing. I'm glad they're doing this because at least it shows that Mattel fucking has an idea of looking forward into the future. Like, yeah, clearly, if you look at all Barbies from the beginning of life, that the only time they ever made like a quote unquote fat one was when they made a pregnant Barbie who could have a baby.
What?
And you could make her have a baby over and over. Yeah, you
really? What?
Yeah,
I gotta see this shit.
Barbie. Her belly, she has an extra. It's basically a Barbie. But then
Does
there's
it have like a fucking elastic vagina that like fucking rips
no,
open?
Of course not. Of course not. It's just a plastic belly, pregnant belly, with a magnet on it. And you take the little baby that comes out of Barbie, which is not like a fetus. It's like a baby. You put it underneath the belly, and it magnetizes to the Barbie doll. So she's pregnant. You can dress her up in all kinds of pregnant shit. It's a real thing.
This is like disturbing. The fuck?
Hey man, teaches little girls about pregnancy and making kids and stuff. Yeah. Except for the whole sex part and all that, but it's a doll. I mean, what do you expect?
I was expecting something you like squeeze from the head down and it just shoots out.
No, yeah, like it's like a fucking like it's a Play-Doh dispenser or something.
You ever take a water bottle and crush it up to build the pressure up and then shoot the cap off?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've done it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was hoping
for. Gonna shoot a baby out like a gun. It's like,
woo! You ever do that shit with a fucking Gatorade bottle? You can get those motherfuckers going fast. But anyway, I just think it's gonna get more and more ridiculous. Like where we are gonna see like fat fuck Barbie.
I definitely don't want to get to a point where we see the acceptance of living an unhealthy lifestyle.
That's where it's going, though.
It's not gonna. If it gets there, it'll abruptly stop. I have a lot of faith.
I think you're wrong on that one, dude.
So what you're saying is that within 10 years, let's say, we will see huge Barbie who rides around in Walmart with scooter. Like that's gonna be a thing that kids are gonna buy and play with and be like, "This is."
I just think the Barbies will get fatter and fatter.
That's what I mean. You're thinking they're going to get fatter and fatter and fatter, and now to the point where, well, I mean, this is how people look when little Susie sees them at Walmart. We got to make a Barbie doll of that to sort of explain that to children. Like, why is this person so fat? They have to ride on a scooter. Barbie comes with a scooter. We have to be accepting of people who eventually get so fat and they're just like living corpses. I don't think it's going to get to that point. If Barbie gets fatter than this, then whatever. I don't see a fat Barbie.
Fucking hate these people that pat themselves on the back about. I hate the fat acceptance shit. It truly makes me fucking cringe.
Like the "Fat'll Do Nicely" song. Yeah, I mean I don't approve of it.
I don't know about that. I just hate the people that are like,
"Oh, it's just a song about
beautiful." Yeah, I hate your body standards.
It's a small group of people. Seriously, it really is. Because like as human beings, you don't look.
I think it's a growing group of people, honestly. Because more and more people are getting fat. Like projected in the next by 20, I think it was like by 2030 or 2025, it's like 50% of people are going to be like obese. It's like it's some insane statistic, and people love to pat themselves on the back.
The thing is, the term obese is broad.
Yes,
you're probably obese.
Fat. Yeah, but people are getting fat though. Like legitimately.
But just because people get fat and then they make a baby doesn't mean they make a fat baby. Like humanity's just gonna get fatter.
But they do, because typically parents that are overweight have kids that are overweight.
A lot of it has to do with socioeconomic status and the quality of the food they eat. We in Brainerd, where I live, not even in Brainerd, it's in the sister city of Baxter. We finally got
where I wanted to go.
What?
So go on. This is where I wanted to go. I wanted to open this fucking can of worms. Let's do this shit.
Okay. We in my town that like no one ever visits unless it's the summertime and the hot rod shit's going on. We finally got our equivalent of Whole Foods. It's not called Whole Foods though. It's called Aldi's. And when you go to Walmart and you want to pick up, a pound of chicken breasts or something, you're paying a lot more at Aldi's because you're getting organic, free range, free roam chicken as opposed to chicken from a farm. And excuse me, the quality of the food you're eating from these mass food manufacturing plants is far low a standard compared to when you go shopping at a place like Whole Foods or Aldi's. As a poor person, I don't have that many options to cook food that's healthy for me because it's expensive in my socioeconomic status. Like if I could pay all my bills off and I had an extra couple money lying around, yeah, sure, I'd probably cook every day. And I'd cook healthy stuff, as healthy as I want, and I could stick to a diet. But I can't do that. You know what I bought? I went to the grocery store the other day, and I bought food. Let me tell you what I bought. Bun-length hot dogs that were on sale for 69 cents a pack. I bought 10 of them, and a thing of ketchup. That's what I get to eat until I do something where I get paid again.
Wait, so you're just eating hot dog buns and ketchup?
I didn't even buy buns. I just bought they're bun-length dogs. So they're hot dogs that are like 2 inches long.
Oh, you bought the meat, the hot dog meat.
Hot dogs, yes.
Okay, I thought you bought the buns and ketchup.
A thing of ketchup. I would not buy just bread and ketchup because
that's what I thought you were talking about for a second.
I'm diabetic, and if I eat just bread, that's bad for me. But that's all I could afford to eat. Yeah, I would love to go to the sushi shop and, it's down the street. Be fun. I'd love to stock food in my freezer. In 4 years, I haven't had anything actually go in my freezer except ice cube trays, and that's it. So I don't have the money to buy stuff to freeze it and then be like, okay, cool, I'm having this as a meal and this. I haven't had spaghetti in 3 years. I haven't had goulash in a few years. I haven't had anything that's like an actual recipe of food outside of going to a restaurant or something. If somebody invites me to go somewhere like Applebee's or something like that. So I can't afford this shit. And unfortunately, the only thing I can afford, even, right now really, really sucks. But even if I had extra money, I'd be buying like Hungry Man meals or something, stuff that's like you microwave it, it's frozen, or you put it in the oven. It's like not healthy. If I were to be spending my money on healthy food, it wouldn't last the longevity of keeping me alive long enough. If I bought apples and bananas and just had healthy meals, it wouldn't last. So I can stretch some hot dogs, but I can't stretch spending, $100 of money that I don't have. You know what I mean? All right. So that's where when you look at fat people, that's their situation. On top of that, and I'm not just saying that, right? So I've seen fat dudes, like gigantic dudes who worked at metal fabrication plant that I used to work at a number of years ago. Big ass fucking dudes. But what are they doing the majority of their time? Sitting down at their job. Okay. Well, if they don't choose to get the fuck up and like be active, that's on them. I mean, I'm not saying it's just because, they're poor by default, you're going to be fucking fat. I'm just saying the intake of the food you get is not that great. And then that's really it. Yeah, I could get up and run around and burn some calories.
That's where I'm going to disagree with you strongly.
Of course you will.
Because it doesn't matter if you eat healthy or unhealthy if you want to lose weight. All that matters is a caloric deficit. And
that's not the same. That is not true at all. Certain people do not lose weight on a caloric deficit.
It's impossible to not lose weight on a caloric deficit. It's actually impossible.
You can actually die and not lose any weight on a caloric deficit. Yeah. Everybody's individual health needs are very different. That's all I'm saying. You can't just tell some fat guy like caloric deficit fatty, and then they eventually lose weight. It just doesn't work that way.
I promise that's how it works. Like strong stance, like I promise you that's how it fucking works. There was a dude that did it so extreme that he literally didn't eat anything for like an entire year. Like he went to a hospital and said, "Hey, I'm not going to eat anything for an entire year," because he was like 250 pounds overweight. All he drank was water. Didn't eat anything, and he lived.
Yeah, he lived, but I'm pretty sure he did irreparable damage to himself.
Maybe, but that's obviously extreme.
If he literally did exactly what you said.
Yeah, he literally
didn't eat anything but just drank water. Yeah, he fucked himself up.
Maybe.
No, there is no maybe. I'll give you an isolated example. When people go from normal diet and they decide, I want to be a vegan, I'm not going to eat meat anymore or any kind of meat. Maybe eggs. That's probably the only protein that they get outside of eggs and peanuts.
Well, vegan, you don't eat any animal products at all.
Whatever. I'm just trying to emphasize that you're deciding not to eat meat for a number of years. This is like a life commitment thing. So once they get into it and they're comfortable with it and they're conditioned to be a vegan, or let's say a vegetarian.
Yeah.
There are moments in time where these people might actually go, well, I might want to eat like a shrimp or steak or something. Where, believe it or not, people decide to be vegetarians or vegans and eventually say, I'm done being this. This isn't something I want to do for the rest of my life. I'd like to eat a steak. I remember eating a steak and I remember enjoying it. But because they were a vegan or a vegetarian for fucking decades, they can't even eat. Like their stomach cannot process enough stomach power to digest like meat.
Yeah, that I can see for sure because they're not used to digesting meat.
So this guy who you say was 250 pounds overweight in 1 year went from that to being not obese, only drinking water. Yeah, he's fucked himself.
Yeah, I'm not saying he didn't, but I don't know if
your
he did. Your
colon would rip apart at the instant you start eating something if you didn't eat anything for a year.
Yeah, I'm sure he probably did have to fucking.
He had some kind of paste or some juice or some shit.
Yeah, I'm sure. He was monitored. The whole thing is that he was monitored by doctors the entire time because the doctors thought he was gonna fucking die and he didn't.
Yeah, I mean, even if he got calories.
So where I'm going with this is that it doesn't matter if you eat shitty food or not. You can still lose weight just by eating less of it. And I'm the fucking perfect example for this because I eat Taco Bell and Wendy's and fucking McDonald's and all that shit all the time. But I just control my fucking portions.
Yeah, but you can't. That's just not true. You are not only eating Taco Bell and Wendy's all the time.
I eat fast food pretty much every day for lunch. Yeah, actually every day for lunch.
But you have a breakfast.
Sometimes, yeah.
So
what I'm getting at is it doesn't matter. You could eat Taco Bell 3 times a day as long as you're at a calorie deficit. You'll lose weight.
Yes, and you'll be killing yourself.
No.
Slowly over time, you will be killing yourself. You bring me the guy who said, I'm just going to lose weight. And
so have you seen the Super Size Me documentary?
Yes.
Where the guy eats McDonald's every day?
Shit. Yeah.
And you know, he's like apparently is dying almost by the end of it. There was another dude that did the exact same thing, ate a caloric deficit, lost a ton of weight.
Yeah,
he made a documentary about it.
It's called something baloney or whatever.
Yeah.
Where he has bologna in his mouth, and he's like, you can totally, yeah, I get the counter documentary that says, like, I ate fucking McDonald's. I just ate less of it, and I lost weight. This guy didn't lose a lot of weight. He lost, like, a few pounds. He's like, look, anyway, see, you can lose weight by eating food.
Where I'm getting at this is that I don't eat, like, lettuce-wrapped fucking chickpeas every day. I eat, like, things that would be considered shitty food. The only thing that I eat that's, like, somewhat health-conscious is... I eat frozen, shitty-ass, cheap grilled chicken breasts for dinner pretty frequently. That's it. Other than that, I'm eating burgers and fucking all that shit. I just don't drink any soda, and I really have just eradicated sugar from my diet completely, but I still eat burgers and tacos and fucking all that shit all the time. Just no sodas, none of that kind of shit.
You know, and I understand that. You're how old?
23.
Okay. There you go. There's a big chunk of the evidence of you being able to do that. You're still young, man.
Dude, I've lost so much fucking weight just by doing caloric deficit. That's it.
I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm just saying, like, there's a smart way to diet. Huh?
You said it didn't work earlier.
Yeah, but it doesn't work for everyone.
It does.
You're saying it works for everyone.
It's impossible for it to not work for everyone.
Well, then why is it Boogie fucking 150 pounds by now?
Because he doesn't have the discipline to maintain it.
Oh, I thought he was doing it constantly.
No. No one does it Dude, every diet, all diets work. It's just that whether people can have the discipline to stay on them. pretty much I can't think of a diet that's come out that's been popular that hasn't fucking worked. They all fucking work. Whether you want to do the Atkins thing or the fucking whatever rando diet, they all pretty much work the same way by just tricking you into eating less calories. You could eat fucking a caloric deficit of just pixie sticks and lose weight. Or you could eat a caloric surplus of salads and quote-unquote healthy foods and gain weight. It happens all the time where people think they're eating healthy, but they're not. So I don't co-sign on the I'm too poor to be on a diet thing, because I've saved dude, it costs less money to lose weight than it does to gain weight. Like when I was being a fat fuck eating all the time last year, I was costing me way more money to feed myself. And now that I'm only drinking water, I'm not spending any money on sodas. Now that I'm eating less, it costs less because I'm buying less food. So
my only argument is that it doesn't work for everyone because it's true. I don't have to prove it. It's a known scientific thing. Caloric deficit does not work for everyone. It's a good thing to do,
dude,
but
I'm face palming, dude. You would have to be some sort of mystical creature. Like,
there's scientific evidence
dude,
that it doesn't work.
You're going against the laws of like physics at this point if you say it doesn't work.
You said that there's an example of a man who only drank water for a year and lost weight.
Yes.
And you want to say, "Oh, this is impossible. There's no way I can believe that." And that's your example of how to lose weight. This guy just drank water.
My example is fucking myself. My example is everyone that's lost weight. The only way you lose weight is at a caloric deficit, for the most part. I mean, there might be like some... Actually, no. That is the only way you do it. That's the only way it happens.
You'll lose weight. Yeah. Okay, fine. Let's just say everyone on the planet loses weight if they're at a caloric deficit. But
yes,
the difference between the different diets is how you want to treat your body. And if you want to keep eating shit garbage for the next 5 years and you lose weight, that's fine. Call me in 5 years with your doctor report and be like, "Oh shit, turns out something's wrong with me." Because you're eating junk food, and shit all day. Real diets to go from being unhealthy to being healthy require that. A good intake of positive calories, reducing your oh god, what the hell do they call them? GHC or whatever. It's basically your cholesterol levels and having a healthy heart and all that stuff. I know people who are overweight, but they are in phenomenal shape. They're fat, but they're in phenomenal shape because their hearts are pumping. They don't have any fucked up gunk in their veins from drinking too much soda or having too much sodium in their fucking diet. That's fucking healthy diet rules. A caloric deficit, you can just throw that out there and be like, "Yeah, cool, just do that." Okay, well, in 10 years, you could have fucking kidney cancer. You know? That's like a guy saying...
Everything. You know, you could have a fucking brain cancer and be an Olympic athlete. Like, it's fucking... You know, there's genetics play a role in this shit. Like, no matter how healthy you eat, you could just have a shitty fucking heart, you know? There's, like, pro athletes...
Exactly my point. You could just be on a caloric deficit and not lose weight because of your genetics, which is my whole fucking point. So, I mean, that's all I'm saying.
I just think that's the biggest excuse of all time. Is that
you see it as an excuse, but you don't live my life for me. You know what I mean? You're not here living on $10 of fucking hot dogs.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
Eat less of those hot dogs.
What am I going to do? Eat less of them? Yeah, sure, okay.
Yes,
see, that mentality makes it sound like I eat all 10 fucking packs of hot dogs in 2 days.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying whatever.
Then what the hell are you saying?
What I'm saying
is... Eat less of them? They're just shit hot dogs. It doesn't matter if I eat less of them or all of them. It's all bad for me. It's not a good diet to be on. And it's absolutely because of the amount of money that I can spend on groceries. Those two things are absolutely the same. They are relative. I can't just eat less hot dogs, Zyback. I like to live.
Come on, man. You're saying you can't eat less hot dogs? Come on, man.
It's all I have to eat.
Yeah, but you can eat less of them and lose weight. Like, if your goal is to lose weight, and you know, you can say like, oh, you can be.
I can't believe you. I can't even believe we're having this conversation. So many people. I don't understand this whatsoever. Why are we talking about it?
I think it's a good conversation. This is why people listen to us.
So I'm a fucking idiot, retard, who...
No.
No, all you guys hot dogs, just eat less of them, man. It's fine. I'm
No,
Ryback.
I'm
I've lost
saying
weight.
you could.
All I gotta do is eat less of them, man. Cool. I'll just eat less of them, and I'll call you next week.
That's it.
Yeah.
If you wanted to lose weight, all you have to do is whatever you're eating, whatever your food situation is, all you have to do is figure out how many calories are in those hot dogs. You can probably Google it, whatever the package is. Figure out your base metabolic rate, which is or base metabolic rate, not metallic. This is what I did, and I've lost over 100 pounds. So you go to type in BMR calculator on.
I know all this. I'm not a kid.
Well, then that's all you gotta do. Figure out the fucking calories that are in the hot dogs. Make sure you're eating
And just
less
eat none of them all fucking day. Just don't eat, and you'll lose weight.
I don't think you should do that because that's not very sustainable. But I mean, if you ate,
It's not.
whatever,
All I have are hot dogs for I don't know how long. Maybe I have are hot dogs for a month straight. So I'll just eat a hot dog a day.
you could probably eat like I don't know how many calories are in those hot dogs, but probably not a ton.
See, now
probably eat.
you're arguing the idea of the science behind losing weight. I'm arguing the idea of I don't have enough fucking money.
But you would save money by eating less
I
hot dogs.
don't have any coming in. I'm not saving anything. This is the situation that
You would
poor
have to
people are in.
You can lose weight and spend less money on food at the same time. It's very easy. Because you're just eating less of it. You're not changing the food you're buying. You're buying whatever. Let's say you buy 12 hot dogs. Those 12 hot dogs last you longer because you're eating less of them a day and you're losing weight.
Right. I'm not arguing with you on that. I already just told you what I'm arguing.
What the fuck are you arguing? Wait, what?
If I don't have the money to buy food, and your solution is, well, you'll lose weight.
Your argument, from my understanding, was that people can't lose weight and
that is a fact. That is a scientifically documented fact that dependent on your genetics, caloric deficit may or may not work for you. This isn't a 50-50 thing. This is a sometimes will happen thing. But the reason people say the Atkins diet is a waste of fucking time. Yes, you lost a boatload of weight over the course of 5 or 6 years. Maybe you were really big, but you were on the Atkins diet.
No, you're talking about me personally?
No. I'm talking about the Atkins diet. Because you had said before, it doesn't matter what diet it is, it'll work as long as a caloric deficit is in place.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with you on that. My point is the reason why the Atkins diet has a negative opinion surrounding it is because people who went on the Atkins diet ended up having terrible heart disease within 6 years because of the fucking diet. Yeah, they lost weight, but they also are closer to fucking dying. So
well, I mean, for
I could eat just less. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that your diet couldn't possibly ever affect your health. I'm not saying that, if you eat a certain way, it can affect your body at different. I'm just saying,
you and I have
to lose weight, you don't have to.
Right, you could just eat tons of Taco Bell and just eat less of it and lose weight. Of course, your idea of a diet is different from mine because I don't want to fucking die in 20 years, even though I lost all that weight.
You're not gonna die by eating less hot dogs.
Yeah, I will, because I'll be hungry every fucking day. And my body will eat the same thing every fucking day, Zyback, and then come talk to me.
I do eat the same things. I eat.
No. You eat fucking a taco. A taco has meat, lettuce, and the taco shell.
I eat the same things.
Different.
I swear. I eat pretty much the same things every day. So every single day for dinner, I eat a bag of these frozen chicken breasts because I want to keep my protein high.
Absolutely not what I'm talking about.
No, but you're saying to eat the same things?
I said eat the same thing every day. The one plural thing.
Okay, well, I don't eat the same one thing, but I eat the same...
What the fuck are you... Are you not listening to me? I have hot dogs. That is the one plural thing that I have to eat. You know what'll happen if I only eat just those fucking hot dogs? I will destroy my stomach from just eating those specifically shit hot dogs. I'll end up getting heartburn, and I'll probably have to go to the doctor. It happens when you eat the same one thing all the time. So these poor people who can't afford to diet, that's what they end up eating. Oh, what are we having for dinner again today? Oh, this. Same shit yesterday. Same thing. That's where the socioeconomic thing pops into play, where people don't think of it. They try to go on a diet. It's like, okay,
also,
well, still.
I just... from a lot of the stuff I've looked up, it's actually not that expensive to eat healthy. Like fruits and vegetables aren't that expensive. Like it is more expensive from a calorie perspective. Like it's easy to it's easier to buy like a big fucking jumbo bag of Cocoa Puffs for like 99 cents, and that's like 10 jillion fucking calories. So it's cheaper from a caloric perspective, but from an actual food perspective, it's really not that expensive. Like heads of lettuce are not that expensive. Like you buy vegetables by the pound and they're cheap as fuck.
As long as you eat them.
Yeah.
A lot of people's problems is, well, I'll buy these apples and oranges and lettuce and broccoli and shit. I had a friend who was like, I'm going to eat better. I'm going to start eating broccoli. That's going to be my main vegetable. And that's fine. But he didn't eat enough. He didn't like eat it enough each day. And it ended up rotting, and all of his fruit ended up rotting because he would have that taco or whatever, and he would forget to stay disciplined with making sure that he eats the food. But yeah, I mean, but you know,
that's not. But that's not because that it's so expensive. I just really disagree with the thought process of, oh, I can't do this because it's too expensive. I just know how much money I spend so much less money being on a diet right now.
If I put you on a fiscal limit of how much you can spend on food, the limit that I'm on, you'd probably tap out of that in like 4 days. It really does have a lot to do.
Like,
you spend more money. No, you say you clearly not spending as much. I probably
do spend more money than just eating hot dogs, but I eat the
same. No. I'm not saying you should just eat hot dogs. What I'm saying is when you were bigger, you were spending a lot more money, as you've explained.
Yes.
Now you spend less money, but you still eat the same crap. I bet you, fucking hands down, the amount of money you spend on junk food is a budget for my groceries for 2 months.
Now, like right now, what I spend on junk food?
Yeah, I mean, you don't think you're spending, like, you think you're spending a lot less because you are. But I bet the amount of money you spend on the junk food every day is like, because when I go grocery shopping, I don't fucking buy junk food. I haven't had junk food in fucking years, and I'm still fat. I go out and I try to get soups, shit that I can preserve, canned foods, that sort of stuff. Stuff that I can't just, here's $8, boom, meal for the day.
I just know I don't spend that. Like when I go out and get fast food, I normally spend about $5 to $7.
Mm-hmm.
If I go, like, that's normally what I spend on lunch. And I eat fast food for lunch pretty much every day I work, and most days I don't. And for dinner, I eat the same fucking thing every single night for dinner for the past fucking forever, really, for the past year pretty much. Frozen chicken breasts, because I'm trying to keep my protein high because I'm at a caloric deficit and I don't want to lose my muscle, so I got to keep my protein high. And for breakfast, on the days I do eat breakfast, for weekdays, I eat Special K protein 100% of the time. So,
well, that's another thing you bring up, wanting to keep your muscles. It's another thing that happens for people who don't eat the right food, and they quote unquote lose weight, but their muscles are in.
But for the most part, you're losing fat. You lose.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's good for you
to lose your muscle too. The only reason I'm doing it is because it's preferable, obviously, but you don't have to do that shit to lose weight. Like I didn't when I first started, like back in April of last year, when I first like decided I was gonna like re-enter the real fucking world and have a real job, so I need to like look presentable. I lost a lot of weight just eating fucking soup. Just because I don't know, I had a bunch of soup. I bought a bunch of soup, and I was like, I got to eat this shit. I'm not gonna like throw it out. So I would eat the Campbell's Chunky Soup, and for whatever reason, soup is like a really good diet thing for me personally because it fills me up and it has like not very many calories in it. So
Campbell's Chunky,
yeah, it's like 300 calories in a can or some shit, and the shit fills you up.
Well, you're in my vision of soup is very different as well, simply because you have money to spend and I don't.
So you can't. You can buy hot dogs cheaper than you buy soup.
A can of Campbell's Chunky Soup is almost $2.
Okay, yeah, I can see.
And the amount of food that you get out of it doesn't. I can eat that, and I'd be like, cool. I would need another one though, because I'm still hungry.
Yeah, I mean, even if you ate, let's see, if those things have like, you could probably eat like, I'm not sure how much you weigh, but you could probably eat like 8 of those a day and lose weight. Maybe not 8.
But I can't afford 8 of them a day, and I still don't lose weight. You know what I'm saying? I'm still fat. I've eaten the least amount of food. You say April last year. I've eaten such less in the amount of food that I would normally have eaten at your age in just the last few years, and I don't lose weight. And get this, I'm not going to the gym and building muscle mass either. I'm sitting down a lot of the time. The most exercise I get is I go for a walk every day. But I don't lose weight. That's my whole point. I'm eating like one hot dog every 6 hours for like the next 30 days or something, or however long they're going to last me. I'm not going to lose any weight.
I'd be curious to see the calorie breakdowns of these fucking hot dogs, because it literally doesn't make sense. Like it does. You're breaking the laws of physics if you're eating less than your body is consuming.
I've eaten so much less in the last 2 to 3 years that my stomach can no longer hold the amount of food that my brain thought it could hold back when like a couple years ago, before I turned 30. Like your stomach actually does shrink back to its normal size.
I'm very familiar with that.
And so you can't consume as much. Like I could have a Campbell's Chunky and be like, okay, I could have a side maybe, but now I can have one of those and I'll be fine. But it's more or less the idea of like poor people can't really have the variety of foods that they need to have to be on a healthy diet, and that's the only thing. That's just the argument. That and it's a lack of. It's not just caloric deficit, but what would help is actually being able to move around and stuff. And if you're at a job where you're sitting down all day and you come home and all you want to do is relax, you're sitting down.
I just think a lot of it's just people looking for any excuse to like pat themselves on the back.
Oh yeah, you just reminded me. The whole reason we're talking about this very important topic is because you brought up fat Barbie offending you.
I'm just offended by... Well, not really offended. That's the wrong word. I just think it's fucking irritating. The fat acceptance movement of people patting themselves on the back. Just like... I really find that kind of behavior just annoying.
No one's accepting the fact that so-and-so wants to eat themselves to death.
People are way more accepting of that. No.
The acceptance is not that. The acceptance is, I accept you for the size that you are.
No, my problem with it is people are like, I'm big and I'm beautiful and I'm gonna eat this Ben & Jerry's, and not try to improve themselves.
Then let them.
I don't mind. I'm not saying they shouldn't be allowed to do that. I just think it's annoying when if I don't subscribe to the belief that you shouldn't be trying to improve yourself, that I'm looked at as some sort of fucking asshole because I did decide to improve myself and work on myself.
Yeah, but you don't subscribe to that. So how are you being lumped in with these people who are like, oh, you're fat shaming Zyback by being skinny?
That's a thing.
Well, then don't let it bother you.
That doesn't bother me. I just a pet peeve of mine is just the culture of everyone patting themselves on the back, saying it's not my fucking fault that I can't do this thing, or I can't just like stop doing this thing, really.
Yeah, this is very confusing to me.
Oh, I'm trying to word it in a way that's not as fucking mean as just stop opening your fucking mouth.
I don't mind fat Barbie. And if people want to kill themselves and give themselves diabetes and have a heart attack at age 42 because they choose to eat food that they really love, let them do whatever the hell they want. And if I'm perceived as a bad person for saying go ahead and let you do that, then that's on the people who want to perceive me as being a bad person. As far as I'm concerned, a lot of my life and my life decisions don't have anything to do with anybody perceiving me a certain way. I do whatever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want. I say whatever the fuck I want. I believe whatever the fuck I want. Nothing social justice warriors or PC people say about me is going to affect me at all because I don't fucking care. I like fat Barbie. She got chubby curves. It's cute.
Yeah, I guess to like close it off, I just don't like the blame.
You know what you need to do now? You need to make a video, be like, you fat fuckers. You need to do like that, what that Nicole Aubrey bitch did, and just fat shame a bunch of people. You fat ass fuckers.
Yeah.
If you just ate less food every day, you would lose weight.
But she's
Put
right.
the burger down, damn it.
That's it, though. Like, that's the thing. Like, when people were like talking shit about that video, Like, I don't like that. I don't like her as a person, obviously. Like, she's a fucking terrible person. But, like, that video, I didn't really disagree with it that much.
Oh, shit. Yeah, but I mean, you know.
See, my thing is that, like, I have been fat, and I have lost a fucking lot of weight. But even when I was fat, I was never one of these people that was like, I can't do it because of I'm poor. And I've been fat and poor at the same time. And I didn't have a fucking gym membership, and I wasn't eating fucking.
Have you ever been poor?
Yes. I did YouTube for
like
5 years.
Poor. I mean, like poor.
Maybe not as poor as you are right now, but
yeah, I'm poor.
I've lived on very little.
There's a reason why they call it the lower class. You're in the.
No, I was definitely in the lower class when I did YouTube.
Yeah,
Definitely.
There's a difference between being poor and in the lower class. So, I'm not. Listen, I'm not here to defend poor people who go, well, you know, I'm sorry, I can't afford a healthy meal for myself because they can't. That's just the fact of life. If these people ever get any money and they're just buying Taco Bell or whatever because they can't cook, then that's their choice to do that. But that is also a part of their socioeconomic status. Like I don't know if I talked to you about this, but when I was on food stamps, they said, you know, here's some money for food stamps, and you could spend that money on like weird shit that I didn't know you could spend it on, like fucking energy drinks, right? Weird, because I thought that there'd be like a thing in place saying like you can't buy that, because there are guidelines. You can't buy hot food, and I proposed this solution to the problem to the lady when I went to go get food stamps again like 2 years ago. I said, you know what would be a really great like solution would be you because you have to go through all these like economic rules and stuff. These can't think of the word I'm thinking of. These filters to make sure that you qualify to get food stamps. And it's really fucked up right now for food stamps. Like literally somebody like me can't get food stamps, but if I made $650 a month, I can get food stamps. Which is fucked up, because if I had that much money per month, I wouldn't fucking need it. It's really weird. So you bet your ass as soon as I'm qualified for that, I'm getting that. But what I suggested to the lady was, outside of like the economic filters, what about to get food stamps, you're required to, and you have to do this or you don't get them, you have to go to a class, like a workshop, where they teach you how to make basic meals. Because it's a well-known thing that poor people don't really know how to cook like spaghetti or lasagna.
Shit.
I mean, sure, if you have an internet and you kind of have some like motivation stuff, but I mean, you got to also understand a majority of poor people are people with kids, or, you know, people in really bad situations and stuff like that. But if they did a thing where like, this is how you make spaghetti, and you don't, because I've made spaghetti and meatballs, and I have fucked it up too many times for me to have any faith in me cooking that shit ever again. So if I knew how to cook, I'd be like, cool, now I can spend my money in a smarter, healthier way. There's no excuse after that to be some fat ass who has the knowledge of making very delicious meals that are healthy for yourself. After that, there's just no excuse. You're just a fat fuck who wants to shove cheeseburgers in your mouth until the day you die. And if that's how you want to live your life, then that sucks for you. But, you know, go for it, Haas, whoever you are. I don't know. That's why I bought hot dogs instead of like ingredients for fucking things that I could make, because I legit don't know how to cook anything.
Anyway, to wrap it back around, like my whole thing is that I hate the blaming that a lot of people do, where it's just like, oh, it's because of McDonald's, that's why I'm fat, or oh, it's because I don't have money for a gym membership, like, oh, it's because of this, oh, it's because of that, and it's just, I just don't subscribe to any of those beliefs, because I did it without all of those things. You know, you can do fucking push-ups, sit-ups, and just eat less of whatever the fuck you're eating and lose weight. And I don't know. It's just fucking annoying.
I mean, if you're a middle class person and you eat nothing but fast food all the time and you're gaining weight and you're fat and your complaint is,
no, I
blame McDonald's because it's so good.
Whatever the fuck you're eating, it doesn't matter. If you just eat less of it, if you're overweight and you're eating whatever you're eating, if you just eat less of it and at a deficit, then you'll lose weight.
Yeah.
And be healthier, because for the most part, if you're overweight, you're at a higher risk for bad shit. whether you have it or not, you're at a higher risk.
Yeah, you're at higher risk. Yeah.
So that's my fucking soapbox preach on that. Just because I've done it. Like, I don't eat fucking lettuce sandwiches and fucking go to, like, CrossFit or any of that shit. I just eat less of the things I like and do a lot of dumbbells and push-ups, sit-ups, planks, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's actually all the topics I've got. Unless you thought of anything, this was a shorter podcast than normal.
Triple H won the Royal Rumble, and WrestleMania will suck this year. So there you go. Nothing else happened. I'm not kidding. There's nothing else happened.
Yeah, I'm just making sure we hit everything. Meme talk, we got that. Yeah, that's it, man. This was a short week this week for us on the podcast. We normally do these things on Friday, and today is, well, what? Today's Thursday. All right, well, never mind, guys. We just sucked fucking massive cock this week. That's really our only good excuse. I thought it was like, I didn't realize how stupid that sounded until, whatever. Yeah, we just sucked this week. Not that much shit happened. So I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. Episode 11, you got anything you want to pimp out?
Nope, just normal shit.
Yep.
See it on the screen.
Check it out. On the screen, so go check it out. If you need another reminder, I'm going to the Paragon thing this weekend. So if you have any questions about the game that you want answered, let me know in the comments down below. I'm going to try to interview one of the developers. No promises, because I haven't run it by anybody. I'm just going to try. So we'll see if that works out. And I hope you guys enjoyed Hive Mind number 11. And we'll see you again next week. So see ya. This is Chad from ISIS. Whenever Chad's not busy terrorizing the free world, he's watching YouTube videos and not leaving likes or comments. Don't be like Chad. Leave a like and let me know what you think of this video in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe, or you might as well just fly off to Syria and join ISIS yourself.